Tanzania. Last time we spent our days looking up at the mountains. This time our feet are staying firmly inside a safari jeep. Our plan for the next 6 days was to explore 3 of northern Tanzania's parks. We start with Tarangire, and our African Big Cats guide is Khalid. Vultures patrol for opportunity. Nothing is wasted here. And we start to meet the residents as soon as we enter the park. Tarangire is shaped by its river. In the dry months, animals gather here in vast numbers. Elephant families travel in matriarchal groups. They're very good at ignoring vehicles, and they have a way of making you feel small. When water is found, generations arrive together. Only about half of what an elephant eats is actually digested, which is why they spend so much of the day feeding. An adult elephant can eat up to 150 kilos of vegetation in a single day. Those ears are not just expressive, they cool the body in the heat. At this point, the jeep felt a bit less substantial. Browsing at the top of the trees. This giraffe looks almost delicate until it lifts its head. That height gives them access to food few other animals can reach. Much of a baboon's day is spent like this, foraging through grass and soil for seeds, roots and insects. Living in large social troops, even a quiet meal usually comes with plenty of company. Like many intelligent species, these monkeys adapt quickly to opportunity. Someone's lunch had clearly changed ownership. Wildebeest and zebra often graze together. Zebra crop the longer grass. Wildebeest follow, feeding on what remains. Khalid was a wealth of knowledge about the history, the animals, and the people of this region. He had a particular eye for bird life. Without him, I'd probably have thought half of them were leaves. As evening approached, he delivered us to our next accommodation for the night. Tomorrow, we would descend into the Ngorongoro crater. Ngorongoro is not simply a park. It is a collapsed volcano, vast and self-contained. Once part of the greater Serengeti ecosystem, the area was redesignated in 1959 as a conservation area. This is not a national park in the traditional sense. Here, wildlife and Maasai pastoralist communities share the same landscape. The crater floor lies roughly 600 metres below the rim, forming a natural enclosure for thousands of animals. Amongst all the wildlife here, these have always held a special place for me. As a child, I would pore over wildlife magazines, studying photographs of Thompson's gazelle. They are small, alert, and built for speed. They can reach speeds of around 80 kilometres per hour, zigzagging to evade predators. Seeing them here felt strangely familiar, as if the pages had come to life. The marabou stork, awkward, prehistoric and essential. They are scavengers, often the first to arrive at a carcass. The Kori bustard is one of the heaviest flying birds in the world. The ostrich cannot fly, but they can run at nearly 70 kilometres per hour. A grey-crowned crane. This is one of Africa's most striking birds. They mate for life and perform elaborate courtship dances. Small birds gather at shallow pools, turning water into a social hub. Ngorongoro is one of the few places in Tanzania where the endangered black rhinoceros can still be seen. Only around 6,000 remain in the wild. Their horns have made them targets for poaching for decades. Seeing one, even at a distance, feels like a privilege. By contrast, African buffalo thrive in large herds. In heavy rain, they seem almost indifferent. And sometimes they indulge in a moment of comfort. Jackals are opportunists, always listening, alert and curious, always searching for the next meal, either small prey or what others leave behind. Then we found hyenas, powerful hunters as well as being amongst Africa's most efficient scavengers. Hippos spend most daylight hours in water to prevent overheating. That enormous gape isn't just a yawn, it's a warning display.
I'm back in.
After hours on the crater floor, it was time to climb back up and continue our journey. Fresco. Leaving behind the open grasslands of Ngorongoro, we now descend into something altogether different. Lake Manyara is greener, lush, dense, more secretive. The lake is alkaline and lies along the floor of the Great Rift Valley, a vast fracture in the Earth's crust that runs thousands of kilometres across Africa. Over the last few years it has expanded, pushing beyond its old shoreline. Trees that once stood on dry ground now emerge directly from the water. Herons move with deliberate patience, hunting in the shallows. Along the water's edge, another kind of predator waits. Monitor lizards are powerful swimmers. Their flicking tongue gathers chemical clues from the air. Bushbuck prefer cover. Unlike the open plains antelope, they favour the shelter of forest and thicket. And occasionally a more familiar face appears. This prehistoric-looking creature really impressed me. A hornbill, foraging methodically, always on the move. At this point, I really felt as though I'd stepped out of a time machine. Woodpeckers drum both to communicate and to uncover insects hidden beneath the bark.
That's a woodpecker doing what woodpeckers do best.
I think this may be a peregrine falcon, though I'm no expert. If anyone recognises it, please do leave a comment. Eagles always stop me in my tracks. At the end of our trip, our guide asked which animal we would choose to be. My answer was immediate, an eagle, to see everything from above, to understand the shape of the land. Lake Manyara is well known for its elephants, and they don't just bathe in water. Dust works just as well. It helps protect their skin from sun and insects. They use their trunks with astonishing dexterity, moving with complete assurance. Calves remain close to their mothers for years. Baboons everywhere. The youngsters have energy to spare. This one seems determined to test every branch. And occasionally gravity. Learning, testing, experimenting. Always watching. Whether grooming or simply improvising, they are endlessly inventive. Chaotic play like this is practice for adulthood. Social bonds are reinforced constantly. Now that's what I call dedication. But this is only part of the journey. Beyond Manyara lies the Serengeti. The endless plain. And next time, we go looking for the big cats. So until next time, cheerio!